I think I would have been totally fine in that game if I'd hit like the Pelt Collector or any weak low-cost creature. Nothing to do early. I'm on the draw. That is much better. And I think I just drop Sayune? Whatever her name is. Has his own core. So I'm not too worried about removal against mono white. We get to see who does it better. Probably the guy who played first wins this matchup every time. 3/5 Vigilance Lifelink. What is this card? Oh yeah. Create a 1/1. No Vigilance. I don't really want to block it next turn. I think I just attack. Not being on the play in the mirror matchup is actually so bad. It's actually so bad. Ooh, so you can flicker something for 3. Interesting. I don't have a good enchantment for Calix yet. But I'm losing this game so fast. That I think I need to do something here. I could just plus him to 5 and block, and he's... No, plussing him to 5 isn't good enough. This sucks. This probably doesn't work out well for me, but... So I exile the Unicorn until this enchantment leaves. He still dies, but that remains in effect. Like, the other option there was just ramping, and then I take a ton of damage. And die, basically.
Destiny draws me elsewhere.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The basic land. Put it onto the battlefield so it does not come untapped. So I need to tutor out of forest doing this. So I can cast the Selvala, tap it for 3 mana next turn. He gets to create an angel. He has to gain 5 or more life to gain an angel. So I can tap this, spend 1, tap this for 3, so a gain of 2. I go up to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 mana. And 9 mana is enough to cast Sifter Worm and Great Henge. It's 1 life. He should have attacked just to call the bluff. Probably. So I need double green to do this. So pay 1. Tap this, add only green mana. Submit. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Draw a card off of Sifter Worm. I get to scry 3 and gain life. And I can scry first and then draw that card. So none of these are too good. The fight spell, easily the card I need. Take action. And now I can kill off his core, or I can play both. I can Great Henge, tap it for 2 mana, and kill off core. Spell Pierce. Oh, that's gross. Okay. He spell pierced the Great Henge. That's insane. That's insane. And it's not even something that I think I should play around in that situation. So it gets to create a 4/4 now. Hits me for 3. What's the best thing I can do? He gains 4 life. He gains life equal to the creature's toughness. Gets +2/2 for each aura attached to it. So I can turn this into a 5/6 and have it fight something. And draw a card. He gets 1 life. I get 1 more card draw off of enchanting a land. Oracle will die. Yeah, I'm not going to surrender when you don't have lethal on board. So tap it. How much mana can I add? 3? Why is it... Wait, shouldn't it be 7? Add X mana any combination of colors, or X is the greatest power among creatures you control. I control 7/7. This should add 7 mana to my... Oh, it did everything. That's why. Ha 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 ha. Oh, too bad I don't have 1 more mana. So he can double block the core. Why is he surrendering? He had 6 damage in the air and 2 life gain engines. He had a 4/4 angel generator. He had 36 life. Did he surrender because I didn't surrender? He just repeatedly called the premature GG, and then, I don't know, maybe he really had to take a crap. Well, that was fun. That was a cool little engine going off. Pretty sweet stuff. I won a game where he spell pierced the Great Henge, but I probably shouldn't have won that game. And like, even looking through the cards that were in the set, there's way more support for Enchantment Matters than almost any other theme. So I'm not surprised a deck like this is doing well. I was also very fortunate that like very key cards wheeled went all the way around the table. Very key cards. I will always keep a hand with Citizen Champion, and I go first. Black. Puts down a Gobbo. Citizen is a really good blocker, but I think without some kind of enabler, I think I just go for the big body. And now, like, if he has a way to remove it, at least my card draw engine isn't gone. And if I can defend on board, then I can start searching out enchantments with Calix, which is pretty awesome. It's going to be insane trying to decide like which card art to use in the thumbnail of this video when you have such an insanely awesome deck. All these sweet mythics showing up. Goblin Banneret. Pumps for 2 mana, gets 2. Ooh, that's kind of cool. So I can find a land for 3 and have 2 mana open, but I think I would rather just develop this while I have a blocker and go find something nice. I like Warbriar's Blessing. I'll take the fight spell for sure. And unless he can kill Calix, it's going to be very difficult for my opponent to win from here. Even the Endbringer 66. If that was Endbringer 69, I might chuckle a little bit. I'm so mature. Matureness. It's an illusion. It's a pattern in the pants. Matureness? Maturity? Sweet. Okay, we drew our land. And I can actually plus, if I want to, I can plus Calix turn 1, first turn. I don't really want to exile something right now. On Sarah's Wings.
Look skyward and receive the gifts of the gods.
I am online in an amazing way. I don't think red-black can win in this matchup. Not with the start that I had. No, sir. No, sir. Now I need to have not an aura, just a regular enchantment for Calix's removal spell to be really good. As long as I put it, whatever I exile attached to an aura enchantment, it's very likely it gets removed. Ooh. Swarm. Whenever another creature dies, put a +1 counter on Swarm. Pretty sick with the sacrifice deck. So he wants to, if he taps Saxus, deal 1 damage to any target, he gets a +1 counter. But I'm going to be very mean to him. Very, very mean. 3, 4, 5, 6. I could take the card draw first, or I could plus him first. -7, return all enchantments from your graveyard to the battlefield. But I might honestly just exile his guy. The emblem on Calix doesn't seem to, probably not going to matter in this game. Ooh, wow. Drawing all that glitters. And sure, let's go ahead and get rid of your flyer, attach it to my Brontoduni. The guy I don't really care about dying.
Return to your place, interloper.
And swinging with 8/10 Flying Vigilance, Lifelink, first strike. Woo! Oh man. It's happening. It is happening. I hope you find comfort in your flower doggy. It's so out of place. Like, I want Avatar planeswalkers that like walk around and make comments on the board. Read off voice lines according to their lore. Not a flowered up doggy. They really kind of crapped the bed when it came to cosmetics in this game. They really did. So this taps for 8 mana now, which is insane. 3, 6, 7 lands. I'm definitely plussing this turn. Cartouche of Solidarity.
Clothis, show me my path.
And I'm just going to go ahead and Sifter Worm, I think. 3, 6, 7. Yeah. I don't have lethal this turn. I could go and like pump Mr. Selesnya dude a couple times. But that is beautiful. He's kind of setting up this sacrifice outlet board. But definitely a problem in this set is going to be that while the sacrifice deck is kind of cool, it's never going to be as powerful as something like Selesnya Enchantments Matter. He was getting the pieces. He had some cool stuff going on. But it was chump change by comparison. 'Twas chump change. And there doesn't seem to be like enough good removal to kind of balance what a deck like this can do. Like there should be a few good board wipes in Cube. Like having 0 board wipes in Cube is kind of suspect. A little bit suspect. But jumping on in. Stream health is good. Volume's good. I'm a little bit loud, actually. I'm going into the red today. What's happening? I had no voice. I was feeling sick as hell today. And I think I just didn't rest well last night. I recorded, edited, and uploaded a video in the same day. I did 2 workouts. And then totally ate it this morning. Just felt like a pile of rocks. But here I am. Doing it for you. The Gion F. The Goinf. The Goinf. Pretty sweet. Pretty sweet opening hand. What's it gonna be, Mr. Goinf? Or Gaianth? I guess it would be O-I-N if it was Goinf. Now it's Gaianth. Maybe that means something in another language. Maybe. Means something to Amidala over here. Those are some magnificent buns. Magnificent buns. Everyone's got a birdie. I guess this is part of the mastery pass. That's part of why everyone has them. All their little dudes. I bought the first mastery pass. And then they reduced the amount of value. They found out that no one was completing the mastery pass because it was dumb. And they limited the amount of progress that you were allowed to make on the progression thing that you bought with real money. Which is just absurd to begin with. And so when they found that out, they then reduced the amount of value that you could get in the Mastery Pass and then made it like half the length. So the compromise in the eyes of Wizards of the Coast was that if you're not allowed to complete it, then we better just take things away from you. Take things away from you. I could ramp. If my opponent doesn't do anything next turn, that could be quite powerful. And I would rather play Kavu as a big boy, although against blue-white, it might make sense to just be aggressive early. But I think I like this. Kind of looked like he's holding something at instant speed. And he's not cantripping, so it seems like that could have been a quench. Yeah. He's definitely looking at a counterspell. So let's get his counterspell. Count on me. Neutralize. It's really the only thing you can do against counter magic is play into it until they run out. Test 4, second counterspell. No, no sir. What did you have for 3 mana? Nothing? White blue control with nothing at 3 mana? Patient rebuilding, so he's gonna mill the poop out of me. So I should just kill him as fast as possible, right? And draw a ton of cards. I mean, Calix is really nice. Calix can get rid of that. But probably on a future turn. Playing it now is safer. But this is going to be a crazy good turn. It always wants to tap my green mana. I don't know why. Seeing so much mill. This draws you a card, doesn't it? Draw a card for each land card put into the graveyard this way. This card's insane. I remember when this was in Standard. It wasn't popular in Standard, but it's always been really powerful. I played against this in the M19 pre-release a lot. And it's so good. It's mill and card draw on a single enchantment. And just being 5 mana, it's probably too slow for Standard. But in a limited format, this card just kicked your butt. Kicked your butt. Chillbringer. Happy about that. I'm happy about that. The problem being I don't have something with reach now. Something to block in the air. So this draws me 2 cards, which is probably safe to do right now. I'll go ahead and draw 2 cards. There's the fight spell. So I have 5 mana in play right now. So I can't fight something and gain a ton of mana. Like, I could just exile this, but I'd rather get rid of his patient rebuilding off of Calix than kill off a 3/3, especially when I have an answer to it right now. This now taps for 11 mana, which is awesome. Selvala. So a net gain of 10 mana. I'm quite vulnerable to interaction. I've invested everything onto the 11/12, but I have pretty sick card draw engines. I could have cast Calix, gotten rid of this, and had this in play to synergize with core. Would have been quite good. Hello, sir. What shall it be? Master Splicer. Charmed Prince. Whole lot of nothing. Do I play around Spell Pierce? Oh, nice. I didn't even realize he could do that. One of the options is flicker, so he gets 2 4/4s. So I think here I just tutor for an enchantment. Drop the core and then cast it. Although this also cleans up the top of my deck.
Will not let the threads of fate unravel any further.
I could exile something. I think this is better. Yep. So I don't have the mana to do both. Oh, yes, I do. So I need double green pips and all this other stuff. I should kind of split this up. Let's go 4 and 7. And get Oracle will die out. I just have to hope that it taps mana properly now. Unfortunately. That is game though. Unless he has like unsummon, but I don't think that's in the set. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can play this. Wow. Oh man. I love it. 24, 25. Untamed Kavu. Wow. Wow, man. What a deck. Yeah. Oh. This is absurd. This is too powerful. Five wins, 1 loss. And we broke even. That's what it took. That's what it took to break even in the draft. But on our way. On our way to victory. Hopefully. Getting cocky might be my downfall, but here we are. Aggressive aggro. Good tooltip. Thank you. Do I need to move over? Am I like somewhat centered? Somewhat on screen? Green screen's doing pretty well today. Not a whole lot of flickering. Looks all right. Looks all right. On the play, I think I keep this hand. I believe I do. And there's a good chance if I Sylvala into Thrashing Brontodon, I can draw off of it. So Warbriar Blessing is the fight spell. No card draw engine yet. Hand's looking pretty good. Blue-black does, like, if he's more into black, he'll have more high power spells. But this is really sick. So I get to draw a card off of Sylvala. Shouldn't I? Oh, another creature, so it doesn't count himself. What do you have for 3 mana? Agonizing Remorse. Ouch. That's a tough one. I think you take all that glitters, but then you give me card draw. Yep. Okay. Not too hurt by that. Not too hurt by that. And I'll probably end up cycling these cards. So I'm actually, like, I could play one of the tap lands now. I do have very expensive cards in my deck. And I'll keep the 1 mana cycler because it's just so much harder to cast. I could have tapped for 2 mana, but there's nothing I needed to do with that. Tapped for a net gain of 2. I do need to pressure my opponent. Omen of Seed is a kind of a scary card. My deck doesn't have the sort of interaction that can deal with an 8/8 body. I don't have much evasion. I only have fight spells. But Thrashing Brontodon does answer this if it gets out of hand. So maybe leaving a mana open before he can interact will be a smart play. Thrasios. So he flickers each turn. He flickers every turn. So I can play the giant, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. 7 mana. Yeah. And draw a card. At least it didn't give me Wooburg this time. Now, I still could lose to just a massive draw engine and him dumping the 8/8 on board. Ooh, what is this? Prophetic Prism. Draw a card. Tap, add 1 mana of any color. Pay 1 tap. Good card. Good filtering. This is not the sort of card you want to play in blue-black control. Need a theme, man. Can you flicker artifacts? I don't think so. Thassa would be so fucking broken if it flickered permanents. It's already insanely strong. The best god. This is like one of the insane build arounds. If you see this card in draft, you should be looking to abuse it. Quite a powerful card. So I can bring this in as a 5/5, just tied for the same power matter. Is greater than each other creature's power, so I don't get anything out of that. I can cycle, I can go all out on the aggression, so 3, 4, 5, 6. I do want to leave a mana open now that this is getting closer. It has to remove 8 counters. Has to remove 8 counters. He would have to draw 3 more cards. That's pretty doable. So I think I want to leave a mana open this turn of the game. I forgot I could tap for 6. Whoops. Tapping for 6 has to be right. Oh, that's pretty good. Oh, it'll automatically tap with that. Sure. What if I cast an enchantment and create a 4/4? And I can still do this. So I could put a 5/5 down on the board, but if he draws 3 cards, he creates an 8/8, which I can't actually deal with. I can with this card because I have flyers, but I'm going to hold on to it. I will play around one of my opponent's only outs in this game. Ashiok. Neat. I think you're dead. I believe you are dead, sir. A 1/2. So yeah, he's this weird blue-black control deck that runs 1 mana creatures. Bit of an identity crisis there. Boom. GG, nonetheless. And 1 off of the ultimate victory. 1 mana away. Let's go. 1 mana. What am I talking about? 1 game. 1 win off the ultimate victory. 6 wins, 1 loss. 5,000 gold. I will profit by 2,000 gold. Ooh, for going the maximum number of wins. I'll get half of my entry fee in profit. Woo! All right. Second time playing this cube draft. First time got shut down pretty hard. Probably no coincidence it was to this deck. I have good lands, but I have nothing to do. This is a win con. My opponent goes first. I need to have something proactive to do. That's pretty solid. So what do I drop, though? I have the card draw engine. I have the sweet Constellation card. The Great Henge and Sigil. These are all very powerful things. I'll take the land ramp, and I'll keep Henge. It does discount itself. I have the Constellation card that will find lands, which is pretty awesome. Pretty sick. So as long as I don't get just horribly beat out here, I think I have a very good chance of winning this. Ooh, it drops his own god. Nylea, Keen-Eyed. Indestructible, 5/6. Devotion is less than 5. It's not a creature. Pay 3. Reload top card of your library. If it's a creature card, you may put it into your hand. So I can 3. Wow, that's kind of weak. He can spend 3 and hopefully find a creature. But in the meantime, what am I doing? I mean, I could develop the card draw engine now, or I could just ramp a land. And I have 5 lands in hand. It's really hard to say. I think I ramp a green and then cycle the thicket, because I'm going to be drawing a ton of lands off this card anyway. Taps are a green. He could pretty quickly enable Nylea. Its threat is not its ability. God damn. Can't be blocked by walls. Okay. It's a real game, boys. Going to 5 lands. And I'm very far behind. I'm about to die, basically. Finding a land right now doesn't look so good. It doesn't look so good. Calix actually would have been insanely good. Drawing Calix, I could have gotten rid of the 5/5 and disabled Nylea. But I'm going to lose this in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. Loathsome Chimera. Swings in for 10. I take 10. I have nothing that can trigger. Sitting at, so I can go to 7 mana and drop a 7/7 in play. No, I can go to 6 mana. Crap. So my best bet, oh my god, and it's all white mana, so I can't even cast my cards. Yeah, I'm boned. Straight up bricked. That was an amazing follow-up. And he's gonna fight my guy. GG, friend. Being on the play in this format is huge. Just huge. All right, one more chance. Aiming for 7 wins. Do our very best. I gotta play Clash in 20 minutes, so. Awesome timing. Core in the open hand. Awesome cards. I love it. I love it. And I will play Core on curve, as the follow-up is pretty insane. Nice opener. Although I could just drop... I don't need to find lands. I have 4 lands in hand. Oops. Go for the power play. If he gets killed, it gets killed. At least he's not playing something proactive if he hasn't answered to my guy. This is a scary card. So when he attacks, he creates... gets a +1 counter and then creates a number of 1/1 red goblin tokens equal to Krenko's power. And he will be able to attack freely. Interesting. Domri, so he's going to be a 3/3. Oh, when he fights my guy. Core was pretty important there. It was about the only thing that would drastically turn the game around at that point. I would have gotten an additional card draw and pumped my guy +3, giving him flying, vigilance, and lifelink. Thankfully, I can kill off Domri, though. That's really amazing. So he loses the Lord effect. Krenko is still a threat. I'm definitely at risk to combat tricks. And I'm starting to run out of gas. That looks pretty suspect. I can't kill it now, and stopping 3 damage doesn't actually change the outcome of the game. So I think I let it go through. If he has a combat trick, I really need this to be in play. But Krenko is... Oh god. Okay, so he's going to put 3 counters on something, draw 2 cards. All the fun stuff. And I've run out of enchantments. I would love a Sky Tether right now. I think I'd definitely cycle this. Ooh, okay. Let's get the card draw down. Another white source. And Nylea is a little bit scary. Not out of this game. This is an insane amount of gobos, but gaining 5 life a turn is also pretty good. This will be a 6/7. And it's going to pump itself to be a 7/8. Give him 7 tokens. 1 card. 1 card, my friends. Not interacted with. Will take over this game. That's funny. 7 triggers of Silva. Ah, that was my double block. That's what I needed. So I can't kill it now. I just take 7 damage. It doesn't have trample. I could chump block it. Let's chump block it. Danger. Whew. So 4/6, 1 land off being able to cast Sifter Worm and no good draws. I'll have to chump again. He's going to deal almost lethal to me next turn. Maybe I should have been attacking face this whole time. He would have been, what, 1 health? He would have been 5 health lower, down to 10. It does speed up the clock by a single win. He can swing in for 21, 24 damage. Oh god. Great, 11 tokens. Block, kill something. So that's 12. Yeah, I'm not dead. Not yet. It turns out your friend is only mostly dead. Can I survive? I don't think I can. The Great Henge is pretty sweet. Ancestor kind of wins the game. Ancestor draws Great Henge. I don't think I survive 1 turn. But I could be wrong about that. Yeah, good game. Yeah, 25. I block 2. I go up to 19 life. Enters battlefield. Oh, I suppose if I reverse the order there, I could have gained more life. That was 9. I could have gained 6 more life. Been at 20 and then taken 24 damage. 25 damage. So I still would have lost. I miscounted there, but I still would have lost. I would have gained 6 more and been at -1. Good run though. GG. What a game. What a deck. Can't believe it. Sigil Wield. I only drew Sigil once. Maybe twice. But I think it was once. In, how many games is that? 9 games? In 9 games, I drew Sigil once. One hella deck. This Wield. No one wanted this card. It's absurd. Just absurd. Early pick on Great Henge. Pass on Calix. Oracle Moldai, which I love. I wish I owned that card. Ancestral Mask, Wield, and I picked up all that glitters. Yeah, all that glitters. Early core. Citizen Champion passed me. So it definitely seems like a case where people just weren't aware of one of the best strategies in the cube. Aura Matters, ton of support. It's been good. Thank you for watching. This has been Rational Magic, bringing you limited content each and every day to the best of my ability. I'll see you around.